Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Monday morning of our peer support program for allied health researchers. So, if you're a researcher in allied health, and that could be occupational therapy or social work, like the three of us, where we are three social workers who peer support each other, or you might be psych, or you could be youth work, or just counseling, could be anything. But if you're doing research, we would love to have you join the three of us to discuss the ups and downs of research, because it is complete rubbish if somebody tells you that research always goes swimmingly, not nice and smoothly, because it doesn't. Anyway, so Anne-Marie, let's start with you this week. What's happened in your week since we last spoke?
Not a lot this week, so I'm feeling a bit pressured this morning to get lots done because I had to go away for a few days.
Oh,
Um,
have you
yes,
been back to Cairns or where have you been?
yeah, over to Cairns, had an appointment, but because of living remotely, it takes at least 3 days to attend an appointment, and the guy doesn't work on Monday or Fridays, so I can't make
Mm.
it that I drive on the weekend for one of the days.
Yeah, yeah,
So it means 3 work days that you miss
yeah,
um, uh, to attend an appointment. And then he
yeah,
tells me I've got to go back in 3 months again. So yeah,
Oh,
it's a bit of a
yeah.
pain.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's very painful. And I think it's one of the things that city people don't realize about rural and remote living is
yeah.
particularly remoteness,
Mm,
but the amount of travel time. And I've had to travel all of my life, as you know.
mm.
And I always laugh at these people that say, "Oh, I love airport time because you can get so much done." Like now, I just think, "Oh my God, I've got to spend 2 hours at the airport." Oh
yes.
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So,
but 3 days out, do
mm.
you utilize that time while you're traveling, Anne Marie? What do you do?
I'm driving, so there's sometimes I'll listen to podcasts or books that I've want to. But then, yeah, sometimes I'll, yeah, just listen to often real life books, and I do get stuff out of them. Actually, I listened to one on my way over that a friend had given me, Hillbilly Elegy, Elegy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm saying that word right, but anyway, and it was about JD Vance. And I got over there and I'm going, there was quite a few things in it that connected with like my research stuff and with, I don't know, life in general, like even thinking about, so my background is, way back is convicts and, people who had a really hard time and that sort of thing. And like thinking about when that changed, because like I'm the first one, me and my daughter are the first ones in my really extended family to have a degree of any sort. We both graduated on the same day and
Oh,
yeah, yeah, so we're the first ones to have a degree. And, just wondering like where the things changed, that um yeah, to have a stable life and that. And then I'm talking to Kirsty, my daughter, about this guy and how, I was quite impressed with the book and him and stuff. And then I discover he's the vice president of the US. And I was just so like I
Shocked,
said to Kirsty,
disgusted.
like he's off my Christmas card list now.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, she was asking me what I was reading next, and I'm going, like, I'm done with real life stuff. He's really let me down.
so Gramsci would say, dig beneath the surface and look at what is under it. Because often people like that will sell their common sense and their ability to rise above as anybody can do this. but you dig beneath and see what else is underneath, the good sense that sits below the common sense. So part of this is the theory, one of Gramsci's theory, right? The war of position. Part of the way that we control the lower classes and to keep them where they are is to convince them that they can be where we are, and they never can be. For many, many reasons, and the ACEs is only one of the reasons. Yeah, so it
but
is
like
very
in his
interesting.
family, there were many aces. So I suppose the hopeful thing is that he's gone into that position with a lot of knowledge of the other side of things, because even like one of the comments he made in the book was about Obama and his challenge of being accepted because he wasn't, even though he was black, he wasn't a poor black uneducated person. He was a sophisticated yeah. So so he pointed that out, and because this book was written well before
Politics.
politics, yeah. Um yeah, but
Yeah.
yes.
Look, JD Vance has no love from me at all. And it is
Well,
one of
I
the
looked at the things he stood for, hey, and and I went, no.
yeah. So I know that the theory behind reading dangerously says, like, know thy enemy, you should be reading these things. But for me, I resist reading that at all. I have heard from many people that they actually really liked it, and there's been a movie made out of it too.
Oh,
I
okay.
know.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
I need to talk to the person who suggested the book to me. I need whether that they would have known.
but you read it and you got something out of it. And now
Yeah.
you can speak knowledgeable on it, whereas I can't. I've just resisted and I've gone, no, that crosses my values. I don't care if he talks about all of this good stuff and won't do it. But for me, this is the difference also between organic and traditional intellectuals. And he's picking up on that with saying he might be a black man, but he's come from money, he's come from education, etc., and he's giving back to his own kind, the rich, the black who have made it, the black who are accepted into our nice white communities, which to me just makes me go, there's bigger issues than this. We've got to look at the role society plays in shaping people as well. So I'm glad that you've read it. You've done what I can't. You are my hero, Anne-Marie.
I've also read one about Trump, which was really interesting. But it was written by his niece, I think it was, and yeah, she was quite critical of him. But
Yeah.
know thy enemy, yes.
Yeah, know thy enemy. Yeah. So Caroline Kennedy, you know who Caroline Kennedy is, yeah? You too? Caroline Kennedy is JFK's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
And she's actually I couldn't tell you at the moment. Is it the South Pacific? She is oh God, was this the representative? What do you call them? An emissary. What is her title? Doesn't matter.
Ambassador or something
Thank
like
you.
that.
Thank you. That is the word. She is the ambassador, and I think it might be for the South Pacific. So when we were living on Norfolk Island, she came to visit Norfolk Island, and we were invited to Govey House as part of the group to meet her, etc. But she is the auntie of one of Trump's henchmen, the one who doesn't believe in
vaccinations and all sorts, and pasteurized milk is the latest.
Right. So she's quite critical of him as well, in the same vein that you're talking about here of the niece of Trump, Anne-Marie. So Caroline Kennedy is quite critical of, I don't even know what his initials are. Is it G?
Robert somebody K Jr.
Yeah, RJK, Robert
Yeah, I
John,
think so. Yeah.
RJK, whatever it is. Yeah, but he's one of the Kennedys. He's just chosen a different political side to attach himself to. Yeah, so interesting. This is also a really good way to be learning about politics and how political figures think and how they view their lives. So really, I should be reading these books too, but I look at them and go,
Yeah, and I just just been restructuring my introduction and stuff so that it sort of it flows better and getting the personal is political stuff in there, like their things are universal high quality childcare centres and that sort of thing. When I know, I suppose it depends how you look at it, but like they're not fixing the problem. They're just going to take the children away, stick them in childcare centres, and we'll make them mold them the way we want them. Um,
yes, yeah.
yeah. So, and see, to start off with, I was very wary at expressing those sorts of views because I know, the person who's my supervisor is, she does a whole heap of stuff for early education and care, and she was on the productivity commission thing for doing the universal care stuff. But that actually doesn't mean she agrees with it all either, which I've learned as I've gone along. But like I was really, because I'm under the, my scholarship comes from her laureate stuff, so it needs to fit underneath there. But yeah, that I've actually discovered as I go along, I've got much more freedom to take my own course with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that this might be a common issue. I have heard from many, many PhD students that they're all scared to have their own say, whereas I have my say, but then I get slapped over the knuckles because I haven't referenced it. Well, how can I reference it when it was me that said it?
Yes.
Yeah, personal communications with myself. I had a meeting with myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there absolutely is a difference between the conversations that we might have with ourselves privately and then the conversations that we have on a piece of paper, page 17 of our introduction of the thesis. Yeah, because it's a different genre. This is not barbecue talk genre where we can be absolutely blatant with what we want to say, how we feel about the way we educate children, early childhood, Indigenous children, the way we're still separating colors of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always shocked by it. It's terrible. But we're not going to say those words in a thesis because it's a completely different genre that's going to a completely different audience. And I've struggled this week getting my head around all of this. This last week has been probably the worst week I have had for a very, very long time. And I've made a very tough decision. I've actually slowed down my thesis. So I'm now not handing to Gay on the 27th of June. And I'm not handing to the university on August the 11th. I need some more time because my family has had much need of my assistance. And I have not been able to put my head into this. But it's also been Reconciliation Week. And because culture up here is palpable, like culture is lived, you cannot go anywhere without being immersed in culture. I've really seen and heard conversations that have disturbed me. So with all of my own family stuff going on, and my family is multicultural, right? So my grandchildren are brown. And hearing the things that some white people say, it really perturbs me. This is
Mm.
2025. It's Reconciliation Week, and we still make judgments on people of different skin color. Like, oh my God, what the hell are we doing? Yeah, so I have had a rough week. But Doug, let's hear about your week. What's been happening for you?
Not much like Anne-Marie, but I've been a bit off balance. I've had migraines and backaches all week, so I only got to writing last fortnight's minutes Sunday.
Yeah, okay.
So that took nearly 2 weeks to write.
Was that
Um,
supervision minutes?
yeah, supervision minutes. I've restarted writing up my literature review chapter again.
Mhm.
Did Sunday was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
today's
Oh,
Monday.
I haven't. I thought I had lost another day. Um, and yesterday I was watching a few YouTube channels on environmental sociology, trying to get my head around it, trying to find a particular theory amongst it that I can use, because I could use it to discuss government policies and programs, which I'm going to use it for, and just need to find somewhere where it says how to do that. Bit more involved than just say we can use it for this and use it for that, and
Yeah.
yeah.
So, Doug, do you seek out environmental sociologists on LinkedIn?
No.
I'm pleasantly surprised at the amount of environmentally leaning people there are on LinkedIn. And I'm
Yeah.
noticing a lot coming in their posts talking about the sociology of the environment.
Okay.
So I'm banned from tagging anybody on LinkedIn. I don't have premium. So I must have used up my quota of allowable
Oh,
tags.
yeah.
So there's been a couple of times I've gone to tag you and I can't tag. But yeah, if you search for environmental sociologists,
Mhm.
and they might be contacts, or not even, maybe not even contacts, but they might just have posts that spark something
Yeah.
for you or send you down the rabbit hole that you need to go down.
Yes, I'm still going to be talking to Simon Turton. Simon?
No,
Stephen
Steve?
Turton. Stephen.
Yeah.
Um, this month.
Okay.
Early June, I think.
Yeah.
So I'll have to send him another email and see how he went with his overseas trip, and if he's still keen to have a bit of a chat, a Zoom chat or a Teams chat or
Yeah, or something. Yeah.
what site.
Well,
But yeah.
if Steve doesn't know the right people to put you in
Mm,
contact with, nobody will know.
yeah.
Yeah, because Steve is the person with his finger on the pulse in that area. And as I've
Mm,
said to you before, a terribly nice gentleman. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I have to read just one more chapter of his book,
Yeah.
um, and then follow-on chapters after that. But definitely one of the particular chapters that talks about mitigation and adaptation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
but yeah,
a lot of scientists in Tasmania too that are looking
yeah.
at adaptation. And I was reading something this morning when I went out for coffee, because I had no coffee at home and there was nothing at Woolworths, so I had to go out for coffee. And they charged me too much.
I know.
Oh, yes. I'm getting really touchy on money at the moment. Like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah. Oh, I don't have enough coming in and there's an awful lot going out. Yeah, so in Tasmania, I was reading that they're investigating an astronomical increase in things going wrong in the water, like too
oh,
many jellyfish or too
yeah,
much algae blooms or the temperature is too high consistently in too many areas. So they're
yeah. Well,
looking
there's
at
algae
what,
blooms across the coast of SA. It's killing a lot of fish and all that, and they were just washing up on the beach
yeah,
across
yeah.
like hundreds of kilometres worth.
Yeah. So apparently this is the first time off the coast of Tasmania where all of these things have happened together.
Oh wow.
Like they often happen by themselves, but this is the
Mm.
first time it's all come together. So there's lots of investigations into what the hell is going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here in
Yes.
Tasmania, one of the preeminent climate change PhD centre places in Australia,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
not the world.
Yeah.
One of the major ones to go to.
Yeah. Yeah. And I really look forward to one day doing something with all of them. Like Anne Marie, she's famous because she's already pulled off something from the University of Tasmania. Or two
Okay.
things.
No, creative diploma of creative arts and health.
So where was that campus? Was that Hobart? Do you remember? Or was it Launceston?
No, I think it was Hobart, hey.
Yeah, I thought
I
it was
did plan
Hobart.
on going down and getting my degree when I finished it, but I never did it. Timing didn't work.
Yeah, well, that's okay because now you just concentrate on your PhD and then you can go back and do the degree in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Uh,
and I might be able to offer you accommodation. Oh dear. So I'm meeting this afternoon with the bank
Yeah.
just about Tasmania. And I am so looking forward to going down there in about 3 weeks' time. We're going. I need some cool in a hurry.
So how you said you slowed your thing down. Did you put a specific date on it, or have you just gone, no, when I get it done, I'll get it done?
Yeah, so I've rescinded my intention to submit, which was August the 11th.
Yeah.
And look, I might only need one more week. I
Mm.
might need a month. I don't know. But what actually convinced me was that one of my supervisors, when I raised this at supervision, and I said, look, I've made my decision. I'm going to take a little bit longer because I have family issues and family need me, and I just cannot concentrate. You know, when your kids aren't doing okay, I don't know about you guys, but I can't. Yeah. And I do answer the phone. Like I've said
Yeah.
to everybody, don't ring me during the day because my phone will be off. But in reality, I have my phone beside me. And if I see it's one of the kids ringing, particularly if they're struggling, I answer, right? So no, my intention to submit will just have to have a date change on it when I decide that I'm ready. But what my supervisor said to me was we were always pushing this uphill because there is no guarantee that those assessors would have had this assessed. If I submit on August the 11th, there is no guarantee that it will be ready to go by the cutoff date of mid-October for a November 6th graduation.
Yeah.
So that would have destroyed me if that had happened because
Yeah.
I want to graduate this year for a number of reasons. One is to be the first PhD to graduate on Nhulunbuy. I saw that as being the most respectful gift that I could give back to the Riratingu. Because Paul is COO at Riratingu, Aboriginal Corporation. So this is something I can give back to you. Yeah, I can be your first PhD to graduate on Riratingu land, surrounded by Riratingu. Yeah. So if I hadn't have been able to do that, oh gosh, I think I would have been very, very upset. But it's out of my control. And really, that's a first world problem and it's an ego-driven problem. It's about me wanting to be the first PhD to graduate surrounded by Riratingu. So what? I need to finish my PhD. That's what I need to do. Yeah. And it doesn't matter if somebody else graduates their PhD first, doesn't matter. I will always support them, of course.
Yeah.
But I also need to support my children and just get through this.
I was wondering how long it'd take you to realise that it
Too much
might
pressure.
not happen and that you might have to postpone and
Yeah. Oh,
because you were pushing yourself under a lot of pressure, putting yourself under a lot of pressure there.
yeah, I was, yeah. And if I had done all of that intense pressure and the work that goes with it, and then because of the assessment process, they took longer and I missed the cutoff date for graduation, that I would have been devastated. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so that wouldn't have been good for my mental health. Yeah. I think I would have just collapsed then and gone, no, it's a shit. This is give me a new idea to read. Do they even still publish them? You know?
Yeah, don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yes. Yeah. But it has buggered up a couple of things for me just by extending, but
Mm.
they're minor things that can be handled. It doesn't matter.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no, that's good because too much pressure for too long is not healthy anyway.
Well, just before you came on, I was explaining to Doug that I'm not sleeping. And I said to Paul last night, I think I've got to go and get sleeping tablets. I've been taking double the amount of melatonin, which has
Mhm.
stopped working.
Oh.
And you're not supposed to take it for too long anyway, but it's just stopped working. And it's just because as I drift off to sleep, my mind goes, no, you don't. What about this? What about that? And you haven't done, oh my God, did you put that in? Oh, you didn't write that reference. Like, mind, go to sleep.
Have you
But
done the EndNote training yet?
no, that's the 5th of June. So that's this week.
Oh, okay. That's
Is that
not
Thursday?
Friday.
Friday. Yeah, okay.
Friday.
My diary tells me when I have to do
Oh,
things.
obviously it's the second today, so 3 days from here.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
We've got our show and rodeo this week.
Oh, are you involved?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
So what are you
Um,
doing?
no, well, I've put stuff in the show, so yeah, I've done that. But yeah, no, I just work on what they call the back gate at the rodeo, which is just letting trucks and that in and out. Yeah. But it's away from where most of the stuff is happening. And me and my friend go and we light a fire and boil the billy and have munchies and yeah, just let the trucks in and out. It's
That
just
sounds lovely.
if there's nobody there, the public will just come in that gate as well. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it costs a whole $5 for people to go into the rodeo. They can pay their $5.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the rodeo association still has to pay fees
Yeah, yeah.
and insurance and yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
any
think people think of that though.
no, and any profits go back into the community, usually from the bar, and that is where the profits come.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so yes, I do this backgate thing each year, so it's quite good.
Anne-Marie, I have thought a lot of you over probably the last month, just listening to the things that you say on here. And you're so very involved in life outside of the PhD. Like you've kept your creativity up. You've kept all the other things up. It's really well balanced. And I've actually come to accept that that's what I'm missing in my life because, as you know, I am also a very creative person, but I'm not doing a damn thing at the moment except my PhD.
Yeah,
And I go out for coffee a couple of times a week if I haven't got coffee and I can't get ground coffee at Woolworths here. So I'll go to the motel for a cup of coffee. That's it. That's
yeah,
all
but
I do. Yeah.
see, when I get stuck, I actually find doing something creative is really helpful.
Yeah.
Particularly doing those things with the stream of consciousness writing, where I would not do that on a piece of paper,
Yeah.
where on a canvas
You can do
I
it.
do, and
Yeah.
then that's the start of a painting. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
And
But
look, Brene Brown, who was my major theorist, she talks about the creativity and that the creativity is actually a sign of leadership because
Yeah, well,
it's when things come to you. It's when you integrate issues that you might have even unconsciously been struggling with.
mm,
Creativity integrates it, and creativity allows you to come up with new ideas or to move forward into a completely different area. And I've just realized in the last month that I'm not doing anything. Like I've got nothing to add to Anne Marie's conversations around creativity because I'm not doing anything. I
Mm.
used to knit, crochet, and I really like slow stitching. I love slow stitching because
mhm.
that's just, you don't have to think about what stitch am I up to. It's just the repetitive nature. And that's when it soothes my mind and I get my most creative. And I'm not doing it. Like, what's the matter with me?
My latest thing is making the resin frogs. They're
Oh,
Yeah,
pretty
I've seen
cool.
those.
yeah. They're great. They're really cool.
And but I spend a fair bit of time then watching YouTube, finding ideas, things that spark ideas. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying the resin frogs. But then I do the craft market so I can get rid of them and
Get
buy
rid
new
of
craft
them.
buy new craft supplies. It's
Yeah,
my justification.
it's really funding your addiction. That's what it
It
does.
is, yes.
Yes. So when Paul and I got married, I made you won't know this area, Doug, but certainly Anne Marie will. We got married at Mungali Falls,
Oh yeah.
and there's platypus
Yep.
everywhere, right?
Wow.
So I made clay platypus to give to each person as bombardiri or whatever you call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was so good. I had little craft groups just very close to the wedding as people were beginning to arrive. Our wedding was a week long, right? So we had people coming from all over, and we'd sit together to finish these beautiful little platypus. It was just so beautiful.
Nice. Yeah.
Really, really beautiful. Yeah. And when I saw your first green frog, that's
Yep.
what it reminded me of. Like my mind was straight back. Oh, it was so much fun. The talking with people and the dreaming of the future. Oh, just a wonderful thing to do. And people
Mm,
who thought that they weren't creative, but when I showed them the basic shape of how to make this platypus and how to do it quickly,
mm.
they were amazed at what they did. Yeah.
And working with clay is so good for you as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
used that. I want to tell you it was called Filmo, but it's actually not.
That
Um,
type of clay, yeah, I know the
yeah, yeah. So it wasn't Filmo though, but it was the coloured and air dried clay. So it
yeah,
was all very, very quick. And
yeah.
these things were beautiful. And we put little bows around their neck, so people could
Yeah.
use them as decorations as well. It was lovely. So I need to do
Lovely.
that sort of stuff again.
You do, yes. So
Yeah.
yes, when your brain won't work, when you've got other stuff on your mind, instead of persisting with what's not working, do
Yeah.
something creative.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, and I'm not even cooking at the moment. Normally, like I'm a good cook and I like to cook. Hate the cleaning up. That's Paul's job.
Mm.
But I like to cook. So we've been doing intermittent fasting and not eating dinner. So I'm not even cooking. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's an example of how we get sucked into something owning us.
yeah,
I am so much more than being a PhD student, but I've
yeah,
allowed myself to get sucked into that tube to do nothing but that. So it's very unhealthy.
yeah. And I actually did. I haven't finished it, but I started working on one about that sort of thing and about um that it's supposed to be, like I'm really lucky to be able to do this and enjoying it and it should be an enjoyable process and that sort of thing. And it's ended up with so it started with all the words, and then you put all the layers on, and then you do some sort of picture over the top. And see, this is my spirit animal. I don't know if you can see it.
Eagle.
Yeah, sea eagle.
Sea eagle.
Um, and anyway, that's it's very much a work in progress at the moment, but no,
No,
no, you
no,
can't see it, but you
can't
can
see
see
it
the
because of the filter.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
got a great big sea eagle on it.
Okay.
Oh,
Um, I'll probably, if I switch my,
The
so you
filter
can
off.
see all me. Where do I do it? Video.
Killed the radio star.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
that's
much a work in progress,
fantastic.
but yeah, you can see, yeah, it's going to have the sea eagle on it in due course.
Yeah, that's absolutely wonderful. Ah,
And you can see the mess that I art stuff is around.
yeah, yeah. But I have always said that if a house hasn't got a craft room, you've got to be suspicious of the people in it.
Well, yes.
Oh, yeah. So I've got to get back to it. And are you playing the piano? I saw the piano there in the background.
Yes, not well, but I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Surprise people every now and then and have a play. I used to play like play as a kid and played the organ at church and that sort of thing. And that's my mum's piano, so it's very special.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hopefully at New Year when we're all together, hopefully I will have a very nice antique piano for you to play.
Will be
No.
tuned.
Yeah, well, it's currently tuned.
Okay.
So yeah, unless something goes, and it could go wrong between now and New Year's Eve. Yeah. Or maybe we can have it retuned again.
Yeah. Well, Lucy might play with it.
Sorry?
Lucy might play with it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I'm hopeful. We have had a little bit of a setback regards what I want to do this week, but I'm having a meeting this afternoon straight after lunch to try and sort through it. And I'll let you know.
Mm.
But I'm thinking that if we can all spend New Year's Eve together on New Year's Day, we might have a series of different creative workshops.
Ooh,
Ah.
I'll try and get there. I don't know if I'm allowed, but
Oh, hey, your wife can come too. It's okay. Bring her
oh,
too.
look, Hugo, Mr. Hugo, the puppy dog.
Oh, he can come on the boat.
No, but we won't be. We got no car.
Yeah, but I can pick you up on the other end.
Yeah, but we have to get him from here to.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay. Okay, that could be a problem.
Yeah, so maybe it'll be a mid next year
Thing.
thing for
Yeah.
me.
So it's cheaper in winter, just so you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, Christmas, New Year, that's peak season when everybody wants to go to Tasmania. Yeah, and me too. Like, but I got to tell you, I am loving winter up here.
Mhm.
It's so good, isn't it?
Oh, mate, it is just so good. So I cannot ever imagine having a winter anywhere else but in the far north.
No, it's good.
It is so good. Yeah.
And my bananas and pawpaws and everything are all thinking
Yeah.
it's lovely too because it's not so hot. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I've got sleeves on. I haven't got the air conditioning on at the moment just because diesel is, I've had to leave the door open. So if I put this aircon on, I can't hear what's happening. Yeah, and that would be terrible if somebody came inside the house. But like I'm wearing my winter clothes. Funny. And then we look at Doug sitting there with his his hat on to keep his hair in and
A
the
tea
warmth
cozy.
in.
It's like a tea cozy,
Tea
this one.
cozy.
It's that tight and thick and yeah, like a tea cozy, I think. But just hits a few holes and it'll be right.
Have a cup of tea whenever you want.
I will, yeah.
Yeah. All right then, cherubs. I haven't, because I've had a really full-on week with family.
Mm.
I haven't changed the times. I haven't even thought about it.
That's
Yeah.
okay. No.
Yeah, so I
No worries.
apologize. I just had no room for anything else. Yeah. But I will see you all next week. We've got Cardine's. No, that's not this coming week or next week. It's the 18th, I think it is. So
Yeah.
Cardine's leading the discussion at book club, and it will be the last one until I finish my thesis,
Yep.
because I just need to have that uninterrupted time again.
Yeah.
So we'll have a bit of a hiatus. Yeah. But
I'm looking forward to The Owl and the Pussycat, because before, when she was going to do it, I tried having a look up of meanings for it because I didn't get much out of it myself. And yeah, there's not a lot there, so I'm really interested to hear her take on it.
yeah, I don't know that the poet would have had it in his head when he wrote it, because it was written as a little bit of nonsense for his
Yeah,
niece or someone,
yeah.
for a young child, a little bit of nonsense. He made up some words, but it's the interpretation of the reader that I just
Mm.
find fascinating. And when Cardine shared with me her reading of it, I just went, oh my God, wow. And you are
Yeah.
such a social worker. So,
What,
Doug,
mixed
have you met?
marriage, The Owl and the Pussycat, a mixed marriage.
You're going there, girl. You're going there.
I
But
haven't read that
it was her
poem
favorite
for
book. Sorry.
donkeys. So process as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Doug, have you met Cardine? Have you been on anything with Cardine at all?
No.
Oh, she's great value. Yeah.
Mhm.
She's a social worker as well, obviously,
Yeah.
and she lives in Sydney.
Yeah.
And she's a water baby. Like, she loves the water. Yeah. So she's very good value, and she thinks really differently. Like, she sees things that I don't see, but she sees them and she's able to fully explain them. So
Okay.
that's when she said, this is my favorite poem and this is what I'd like to do. And this poem saved my life as a child, because this was where I always went. You know, she went down the rabbit hole of the poem, but in a completely different way that I would have done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up now.
Yeah. Well, it's freely available, and it's not long.
Mm-hmm.
And there's even, if you go to YouTube, there's recordings of it so that you get the correct cadence
Yeah.
of the poetry. It's very interesting. Yeah. All right, my darlings. Very nice to see you both. And I look forward to next week telling you about the creativity that I have indulged in. I will hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And see you both next Monday.
Yeah.
Yep.
All
See you
right.
then.
Bye. Bye.